Hey everyone, hope everything is going well. Okay, today I'm going to be doing a topic on my finance channel here, but I do want to tie into sports cards and I eventually will cover other markets as well. I'm going to be looking at gold. I'm going to be looking at silver. I'm going to be looking at crypto. I'm going to even be looking at technology stocks. And I truly am in the belief that the 10-year TIPS yield, I've shown it many times. TIPS, you could see here in the orange. That's the TIPS, okay? And right now it's like what, over 2%, which is positive, right? If you look at what was happening during the peak, right? Rates were negative, and that was very bullish at the time, like January and all of that for sports cards. Very, very bullish. And now, sure, the economy did rebound. And you started to see, though, as the economy opened back up, you saw the price of all these cards going down. And you could see with the TIPS yield, right, going higher. Guess what? What happened? Like the Brady cards, the F1 cards took a dump, the Marvel PMGs. Once you started getting the positive range, everything is down in the dumps now. And I do expect this to reverse. It won't be that long of a rally, in my opinion, but for the time being, this should be, in my opinion, an opportunity where some people are going to make decent amount of money, and it's going to be a shorter term flip, in my opinion. And I believe that we can use the currency markets for this. But regardless, I decided to put some charts together on my own, looked at the data, and I could say that here's the TIPS yield, okay? Here's the Japanese yen. And you could see over here, right? The Japanese yen was like 105 in 2021. And right now it's close to 150. So as it goes higher, you go from 105 to 150. That means the Japanese yen weakened. You had the yen carry trade. And when you usually have that, the US dollar index goes up. And I did a correlation test to be how correlated for the last 3 years, 3.5 years, is the Japanese yen versus the TIPS yield. And I found out it's what, 94, 95%. So that's crazy, because I used to play around with the Japanese yen, use it against measuring gold at times. And I found out, hey, during a time frame of 2013 to 2016, if I remember correctly, it moved like every tick. If the yen weakened, gold got smashed. All right. So that's what opened my eyes. And I found that maybe you could use TIPS, from a longer term trend for sports cards, because you're looking at basically positive rates versus negative rates. Now, I wanted to look at the US dollar as well. This is the US dollar futures. I couldn't find the actual, US dollar data going back for a few years. But regardless, I put this together as well. And you could see, in the 90s, in 2021, and the US dollar index went to the high of like 114. And now you have a lower US dollar index despite the TIPS yield being high. So what does that say? Who knows what that actually means? But regardless, I do believe the dollar index is going to be headed lower. Even the move we saw today in the US dollar, I don't think that's sustainable to the high end. So what does this mean, though, looking at all of these charts, right? some people would be like, you're looking too much into it. That could be the case, but I do look at other commodities out there which are linked to this 10-year TIPS yield. I just find that really fascinating looking at these things. Even if I get like 50 views, this is my interest. Now, the correlation between the dollar index and dollar futures index and the TIPS yield, I found the correlation of 84% approximately. Did the math here, data's here. Regardless, that's still not, it's still somewhat of a strong correlation. You know, it's not like 50%, 60%. It still was moving pretty much in the same direction, but from what I gather the last 3 years, I want to look more at the TIPS. So, and the Japanese yen. And the Japanese yen, I've said, based on technical trader David Brady, he believes that the yen has weakened too much and it's going to strengthen, meaning that it's going to go lower. And when that goes lower, and it's correlated right now with the TIPS yield, 94%, what does that tell you? It tells me that the rates will go from positive to negative or less positive, which will help what I look at: gold, silver, even crypto. And most importantly, in my opinion, this will help the high-end sports card market. Now, once again, a lot of people are saying, hey, look, you're negative this, negative that. I'm looking at data. This is not like some tinfoil hat stuff that I cover on my other channel, which I do like covering, by the way. This is actual facts. This is analytical. You know, this is not me trash talking or anything like that, because there are times that I do. This is fascinating to me, and I believe that the high end will catch a bid. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just trying to figure out price action, because this is, once again, one of my interests. You know, I like nerding out to this weird stuff. But anyways, I wanted to share this with you. I wanted now to take this one step further in my future videos. Maybe Pancake Analytics could take a look for his videos. Is like, now look at actual sports cards. Maybe look at a Tom Brady cards, or maybe look at, if you're looking at another sport such as baseball, who would you want to look at? Could you look at some modern Jeter cards, his rookie cards, his SP foil cards? Could you look at, for basketball, Michael Jordan cards? Mid-end Michael Jordan cards, high-end Michael Jordan cards, Fleer 86 cards, PSA 10. This is what I want to look at and take a step further. I may want to look at a card that has a little more volume, more transactions. I just don't want like a sale here, sale there, because there could be a lot of hanky-panky going on. But anyways, this is still a start. I hope Pancake Analytics takes my work and tries to work on comparing it to other sports cards, because I do think that he does a good job modeling. I think where he can incorporate my work or my analysis is look at what's going on in the currency market, specifically, this is not a currency market, but TIPS yield. I would really encourage him to look into that, because this is very fascinating. And I got inspired by JC Peretz, who came into town the other day. He did a fantastic speech, and he works his tail off. So I think that I should work my tail off if this guy has a company that's bought up by FinTwits. But anyways, guys and gals, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.